Beneath the waves, entire cities lie in silence. Streets where merchants once traded, temples where prayers were whispered, and homes filled with life, now swallowed by the sea. But these places are not just myths, they are real, and some have already been found, hidden for centuries beneath the ocean's depths. Take Thonis-Heracleion, Egypt's legendary port city. Once a thriving gateway to the Mediterranean, it mysteriously vanished over 1,000 years ago. For centuries, it was thought to be nothing more than legend, until archaeologists discovered its massive statues, ancient shipwrecks, and even entire temple complexes perfectly preserved beneath the sea. And here's the real mystery. If we've already found lost cities like this, what else is still waiting to be discovered? Imagine this. You're walking through an ancient marketplace, statues towering above you, the scent of spices in the air. And then, in an instant, it's gone, swallowed by the sea. How many such places remain undiscovered? Rising sea levels have swallowed entire landscapes, and our technology has barely scratched the surface of what lies beneath. In fact, we've mapped Mars in greater detail than our own oceans, leaving much of Earth's history completely unknown. Could there be civilizations even older than Mesopotamia hidden just beyond our reach? If entire landscapes have been swallowed by rising waters, how much of our past has been erased? Could we be looking at history all wrong, focusing only on what survived on land, while the real story is hidden beneath the sea? Welcome to Armchair Archaeology, where we dive deep into history's greatest mysteries. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal something truly mind-blowing, proof that the ocean still holds secrets so deep they remain beyond human reach. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Armchair Archaeology so you never miss an episode. We explore lost civilizations, ancient technology, and the greatest mysteries of our past. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. For centuries, people have spoken of cities swallowed by the sea. Atlantis, Ais, Antikythera. But while those may be legends, real lost cities do exist, and they tell a fascinating story of civilizations that thrived and then vanished beneath the waves. Take Pavlopetri, the world's oldest known submerged city. Sitting off the coast of Greece, this ancient settlement dates back nearly 5,000 years, older than Rome, the Parthenon, and even written history in most of Europe. What's astonishing is that its entire layout is still visible on the seabed. Streets, courtyards, and tombs remain mapped beneath the waves, offering a rare glimpse into a Bronze Age civilization. Rising sea levels and earthquakes likely played a role in its sinking, but much about its final days remains a mystery. Then there's Thonis-Heracleion, once Egypt's grand gateway to the Mediterranean. This bustling port city flourished for over 1,000 years before vanishing beneath the water. For centuries, it was thought to be a myth, until the early 2000s, when researchers uncovered its massive statues, temples, and even ancient shipwrecks resting on the seafloor. Divers also found gold coins, amulets, and a stele inscribed with royal decrees, proving this was a real city lost to time. And let's not forget the Antikythera shipwreck, discovered in 1900 off the coast of Greece. Among its treasures was something truly mind-blowing: the Antikythera Mechanism, an ancient device so advanced it's often called the world's first computer. Built over 2,000 years ago, it could predict eclipses, planetary movements, and even the timing of the Olympic Games. And if you love unraveling ancient technology and lost civilizations, you'll definitely want to check out my book, Secrets of the Ancient World. It takes you even deeper into mysteries like this. Link in the pinned comment. Marine archaeologists like Frank Goddio, who rediscovered Thonis-Heracleion, say we're only beginning to uncover what's hidden below. He believes lost cities could be resting under layers of sediment, just waiting to be revealed. These discoveries prove that history is still waiting beneath the waves. If we've found lost cities and advanced technology underwater, what else is still hidden in the deep? Could entire civilizations still be lying undiscovered beneath the ocean? It's easy to think of lost underwater cities as isolated incidents. One city swallowed by an earthquake, another by a tsunami. But what if we're only seeing a fraction of what's really out there? The truth is, entire civilizations may have been erased by rising seas. At the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago, sea levels were over 120 meters, 400 feet, lower than today. Coastlines stretched much farther out, and vast plains existed where oceans now lie. These fertile lands would have been prime locations for human settlements. But as the glaciers melted and the oceans rose, countless villages, towns, and even large trade hubs were swallowed by the sea, lost before recorded history even began. One of the most fascinating examples is Doggerland, a massive landmass that once connected Britain to mainland Europe. Around 8,000 years ago, it was home to forests, rivers, and human communities. But then came the Storegga Slide, a massive underwater landslide off Norway's coast. It triggered a tsunami so powerful that it wiped out entire settlements, permanently submerging Doggerland beneath the North Sea. Today, fishermen still dredge up tools, bones, and even mammoth remains from this lost world. And Doggerland is just one of many. In the Persian Gulf, researchers believe a now submerged river valley may have supported some of the earliest human settlements. Off the coast of India, the Gulf of Kambat might hold ruins of an ancient city that could challenge our timeline of early civilization. In Southeast Asia, shifting sea levels may have erased entire prehistoric trade networks, leaving only scattered artifacts behind. If entire civilizations once thrived in places now underwater, what else might be hidden beneath the waves? Could we be missing crucial pieces of human history simply because we haven't looked in the right places? What do you think? Could there be an ancient trade hub, older than Mesopotamia, lost beneath the ocean? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories. If searching for lost civilizations underwater wasn't already difficult, there's one massive problem that land archaeologists never have to deal with: crushing pressure. The deeper you go, the more the ocean pushes in from all sides, and past a certain depth, even modern submarines struggle to survive. At just 40 meters, 130 feet, divers already feel the weight of the water pressing in. By 200 meters, 656 feet, humans need specialized equipment to survive. But at 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet, the beginning of the midnight zone, the pressure is 100 times greater than at the surface. To put that in perspective, that's like having an African elephant pressing down on every square inch of your body. And it only gets worse. At 3,800 meters, the Titanic's grave, pressure is crushing. No human could survive it without specialized technology. But even the world's best deep-diving vehicles have their limits. Some parts of the ocean are so deep that no crewed expedition has ever reached them. This extreme pressure makes deep-sea archaeology vastly more difficult than land excavations. Even remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, which allow scientists to explore the deep, can be crushed if they go beyond their design limits. And every dive into the abyss is a high-risk, high-cost mission. And yet, even the Titanic is shallow compared to the true depths of the ocean. There are places so deep, so hostile, that no human has ever explored them directly. What if entire ancient cities, temples, artifacts, even entire civilizations are buried at depths we simply can't reach yet? If we don't even know what's at the bottom of our own oceans, how much of human history could still be hidden in the abyss? If the crushing pressure of the deep sea wasn't challenging enough, there's another major obstacle: total darkness. Sunlight only reaches about 200 meters, 656 feet, below the surface. Beyond that, the ocean plunges into an endless black void. By the time you reach the depths, where lost cities and ancient shipwrecks may lie, it's as dark as the surface of the moon. But darkness isn't the only problem. Water absorbs and scatters light, distorting vision and making objects appear larger, smaller, or farther away than they really are. The deeper you go, the harder it becomes to see anything clearly. And then there's sediment. The slightest movement can stir up a thick cloud of silt, reducing visibility to near zero. Some ruins are so deeply buried under layers of debris that they remain hidden for centuries, only revealed by shifting ocean currents before being buried again. Even with modern technology, this remains a massive challenge. Sonar helps map the seafloor, but it can't capture fine details, like inscriptions on stone tablets or delicate carvings on statues. Submersibles equipped with high-powered lights can only illuminate a small area at a time, making exploration painstakingly slow. And when currents shift suddenly, even a well-lit site can disappear behind a swirling wall of debris in seconds. The biggest frustration for marine archaeologists is this: we could be passing over entire ancient cities without even realizing it. The ocean's darkness, murky waters, and ever-changing landscape hide them well. If lost civilizations and priceless artifacts are waiting in the deep, we might not even see them until technology advances far beyond what we have today. Until then, much of history may remain just out of sight, hidden in the shadows of the deep. Discovering a lost city is one thing. Preserving it is another. Unlike ruins on land, which can last for thousands of years, underwater sites are constantly at risk of being destroyed before we even find them. The ocean is not a gentle guardian of history. It's a relentless force that buries, corrodes, and erases the past. One of the biggest threats is erosion and sediment movement. Underwater currents constantly reshape the sea floor, burying some sites under layers of sand and silt while exposing others to destructive forces. In some cases, structures that stood for centuries have collapsed within just a few years due to these changes. Even a well-preserved shipwreck or temple can be here one day and gone the next, swallowed by the ocean's restless nature. Then there's chemical decay. Saltwater is highly corrosive, eating away at metal, stone, and even human remains. Wooden structures and organic materials like scrolls, textiles, or ship planks rarely survive unless they're buried in oxygen-deprived conditions. The famous Antikythera shipwreck was remarkably preserved thanks to layers of encrustation, but for every site like it, there are countless others that have disintegrated into nothing but scattered debris. And we can't ignore human activity. Deep-sea trawling, industrial fishing with massive weighted nets, drags across the ocean floor, ripping through ancient shipwrecks and historical sites without anyone even realizing it. Meanwhile, pollution, rising ocean temperatures, and ocean acidification are accelerating the decay of underwater ruins at an alarming rate. Every year, history is quite literally vanishing beneath the waves. The longer we wait to explore these sites, the more we risk losing them forever. How many lost civilizations have already been erased before we even knew they existed? If exploring the deep ocean is so important, why aren't we doing more of it? The answer is simple. It's unbelievably expensive. Underwater archaeology isn't just more difficult than land excavations. It's also one of the most costly forms of exploration in the world. Even a relatively shallow dive requires specialized equipment, expert divers, and weeks of preparation. But when we go deeper, hundreds or thousands of meters down, the costs skyrocket. Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, and deep-sea submersibles cost millions of dollars to build and maintain. A single deep ocean expedition can cost tens of millions, and even then, it might only explore a small fraction of the seafloor. For comparison, consider this. NASA's 2024 budget is over $25 billion, while the entire budget for deep-sea exploration is a tiny fraction of that. In fact, we spend more money mapping the surface of Mars than we do exploring our own oceans. It's no wonder that more than 95% of the ocean floor remains unmapped in detail. We simply haven't invested the resources to uncover its secrets. And then there's the issue of who funds the exploration. Private companies sometimes finance deep-sea missions, but they're usually looking for oil, minerals, or treasure shipwrecks, not lost civilizations. If an ancient city lies undiscovered at the bottom of the ocean, there's a good chance no one is looking for it because it isn't considered profitable. Meanwhile, deep-sea trawling and industrial drilling could be destroying historical sites before archaeologists even know they exist. Without more investment, many underwater ruins may remain undiscovered for decades, or worse, be lost forever. If we're only just scratching the surface of the ocean's secrets, what incredible pieces of history are slipping through our fingers simply because we haven't put in the effort to look? If you enjoy these deep dives into lost history and want to support the channel, consider hitting the super thanks button. Every bit of support helps us bring you more incredible discoveries. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. We know more about the surface of Mars, the Moon, and even Venus than we do about our own planet's ocean floor. While we've mapped 100% of Mars in high resolution, more than 95% of the ocean floor remains a mystery, unexplored, unseen, and largely unmapped in detail. Why? Because mapping the deep sea is far harder than scanning a distant planet. Light doesn't penetrate deep water, and radio signals used for GPS and satellite imaging can't travel through it at all. This means that, unlike space probes, which can photograph an entire planet from orbit, we have to map the ocean floor bit by bit, using sonar. And sonar scanning is slow, expensive, and extremely limited in detail. To put it into perspective, if an ancient city the size of Pompeii was resting on the ocean floor, we might not even see it. Sonar would detect a rough shape, but small buildings, streets, and artifacts wouldn't be visible. Even worse, many areas haven't been mapped at all, meaning entire lost civilizations could be hidden in plain sight just beyond our reach. Imagine how many discoveries are still waiting beneath the waves. In Secrets of the Ancient World, we explore these mysteries and more: legendary cities, forgotten technologies, and the knowledge of ancient engineers. Grab your copy now, link in the pinned comment. And the ocean is constantly changing. Underwater landslides, shifting currents, and sediment buildup can bury sites before we even know they exist. A structure visible today might be gone tomorrow, lost beneath layers of silt, waiting for another shift to reveal it again. There is hope, though. Advances in autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, and AI-driven sonar mapping are helping scientists map the seafloor faster than ever before. But at our current pace, it could still take centuries to fully explore the depths. The question is, what will we find first? An ancient lost city or proof of alien life on another planet? It's not just cities that have been swallowed by the ocean. Entire lost landscapes lie hidden beneath the waves. Thousands of years ago, before sea levels rose to where they are today, vast stretches of land connected continents, providing fertile ground for human settlements. But as the Ice Age ended and glaciers melted, these lands disappeared beneath rising seas, taking untold stories of early civilizations with them. One of the most fascinating examples is Beringia, the land bridge that once connected Siberia and Alaska. Tens of thousands of years ago, early humans crossed this vast expanse, migrating from Asia into the Americas. Today, Beringia lies beneath the Bering Sea, but some researchers believe ancient settlements or even entire trade networks could still be hidden beneath the silt. And then there's Sunderland, a massive landmass that once connected Southeast Asia's islands to the mainland. More than 8 million square kilometers of land, an area larger than India, now lies beneath the ocean. Some theories suggest that early societies may have flourished here, only to be wiped out by rising waters. Could these lost civilizations explain some of the region's oldest myths about floods and sunken lands? Doggerland, the once thriving land that connected Britain to Europe, is another stunning example. Around 8,000 years ago, the Storegga Slide, a massive underwater landslide, triggered a tsunami that wiped out entire communities. Today, fishermen still dredge up tools, bones, and even mammoth remains from this vanished world. If entire land masses could disappear beneath the waves, what else could be hiding in the deep? Could the remains of lost civilizations, even ones we've never imagined, still be waiting to be uncovered? With so much of the ocean unexplored, the answers may lie just beyond our reach. Even when we know where to look, excavating an underwater site is nothing like digging on land. Marine archaeology is a race against time, technology, and the unpredictable forces of the ocean. Every discovery comes with unique challenges that make underwater excavations some of the most difficult in the world. One of the biggest obstacles is water distortion. Light bends as it moves through water, making objects appear larger or farther away than they really are. This means archaeologists must train extensively just to properly judge distance and size. And because deep-sea sites are explored through cameras on remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, even identifying basic features can be a struggle. Then there's the delicate nature of underwater artifacts. Many materials, like wood, leather, and textiles, can survive for centuries underwater, but begin to disintegrate the moment they're exposed to air. In 2001, researchers recovered wooden planks from a shipwreck that had been perfectly preserved for centuries, until exposure to air caused them to dry, crack, and crumble to dust within hours. Even metal artifacts like coins or weapons are often covered in thick layers of encrustation, requiring careful cleaning to reveal any details underneath. And of course, there's the sheer logistical challenge of working underwater. Divers have limited time before they must resurface. Deep-sea excavations require expensive submersibles, and powerful ocean currents can disrupt entire operations in an instant. Unlike land archaeology, where sites can be revisited easily, underwater digs require enormous effort and funding just to return to the same location. With so many challenges, it's no wonder that marine archaeology is still in its infancy. But with every new discovery, we take another step toward uncovering the lost history hidden beneath the waves. The question is, how much are we still missing? If we've already found lost cities, shipwrecks, and ancient technology beneath the waves, what else is still waiting to be uncovered? Considering that 95% of the ocean floor remains unexplored, the greatest archaeological discoveries of the future may not be on land, but in the depths of the sea. Some researchers believe entire unknown civilizations may still be hidden beneath the ocean. If human societies thrived along coastlines before the last ice age, their ruins could now lie thousands of meters underwater beyond our current reach. Could there be an ancient trade hub older than Mesopotamia, buried beneath silt and coral? Could the next Antikythera Mechanism, a technological wonder from the ancient world, still be sitting undiscovered in a forgotten shipwreck? And it's not just human history that could be waiting in the deep. Submerged prehistoric landscapes may still hold untouched fossils, ancient animal remains, and even evidence of early human migrations. Imagine finding a cave perfectly preserved beneath the ocean, with paintings from a civilization we never knew existed. What if entire villages, frozen in time, were resting on the seafloor, providing a glimpse into the daily lives of people from thousands of years ago? With new technology, like autonomous underwater drones, AI-driven sonar mapping, and deep-sea excavation techniques, we are on the brink of a golden age of marine archaeology. Some researchers believe that within the next few decades, we could uncover entire lost cities, forgotten trade networks, and artifacts that rewrite history. But time is running out. Natural decay, deep-sea trawling, and climate change threaten these sites before we even get the chance to explore them. The ocean is Earth's last great frontier, and beneath its waves, history is waiting. The only question is, will we reach it before it's lost forever? Want to keep exploring? My book, Secrets of the Ancient World, dives even deeper into lost civilizations, ancient wonders, and unsolved mysteries. Click the link in the pinned comment and uncover history's biggest secrets. We've uncovered lost cities, sunken landscapes, and ancient shipwrecks hidden beneath the waves, but this is only the beginning. With 95% of the ocean floor still unexplored, we've barely scratched the surface of what history may lie beneath. From entire civilizations lost to rising seas, to technological wonders like the Antikythera Mechanism, the ocean holds secrets that could completely reshape our understanding of the past. And now, as promised, here's a mind-blowing fact that puts our lack of ocean exploration into perspective. In 2022, researchers discovered the deepest shipwreck ever found, the USS Samuel B. Roberts, at a staggering depth of 6,195 meters, 22,621 feet. That's deeper than Mount Kilimanjaro is tall. And yet, even at that depth, we're still nowhere near the deepest parts of the ocean. If we're only just finding World War II-era wrecks at these depths, imagine what far older history is still hidden in places we can't even reach. The ocean is Earth's last great frontier, a vast, uncharted world where history waits to be uncovered. With every expedition, we get a little closer to solving its mysteries. But the real question is, will we find these lost wonders before time and the elements erase them forever? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the forgotten past. If we've barely scratched the ocean's surface, imagine what's still out there. Do you think we'll find lost civilizations, or will they vanish before we reach them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love uncovering history's mysteries, subscribe to Armchair Archaeology for more. What do you think is still waiting beneath the waves? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the spirit of discovery alive.